regards to that other thing that
Alright, well,
was set up before and we made agreements and all that, and then we will go to adjournment if
Alright.
there isn't anything else. Just as an announcements, cleanup day is this Saturday from 9 to 12, and I guess people can contact, they can call you if they want to, in fact, or Mary Fortier at the police department in regards to whether they want to participate or not. Bags will be here.
It starts at 8.
It starts like, it's 8?
Yep.
Oh, you told me 9. I was thinking it was 9 to 12, but it's 8 to 12. And then that same day, the fishing derby, which you probably will go to.
actually, no, I
You're not
won't
going?
be in. I
There's
won't be in
Saturday,
town for either
8
of
to
those.
12 also, so those two things are happening the same day. Now, the rain date, do you know if she actually set a rain date for cleanup day?
I do not
Fishing
know.
derby will be held in rain anyway, right?
Rain, snow,
Yep.
sleet.
And then, thinking ahead, a week from this coming Sunday, Memorial Day in Northwich will be held, first of all in the morning at Smithville as usual, or South Cemetery, and then in the afternoon we start off at the Congregational Church and go to Central Cemetery, and then down to Appleton, and then down to the recreation field. So if all veterans who hopefully will come out and participate, they're being asked to, and if they get any questions or need rides or anything, they can contact Oliver Nemi, who is the chairman of the Veterans Committee of Memorial Day Committee, and his telephone number is in the book. I guess he wouldn't mind if I gave it to you right now. It's 2995, so I gave it to you wrong. Remember? All right, so Mr. Boynton, we'll start with you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. It's my understanding that the selectmen want to modify the website to some degree. I don't know what yet. It's not really clear to me at all. For Mr. Conlon's benefit, I wanted to give, and of course for Bert, I wanted to give him a little background of where we came from with the website and what the intent was and where I still think we ought to go. Okay? We started off with a very basic website. You know, we are now into the third generation. Okay? And the one we have now is recently just put up there, so it's going to have some quirks in it until it gets ironed out. The intent was to allow staff to update, and they can do that now. They update, you know, the news, the minutes, and all that stuff. That's not much different than you would have with what's called a content management system, a CMS. Content management system will allow you to customize your own website, and then there's all these forms that you type in information and it updates to the website, okay? One level above having a spreadsheet to do it, you have a form to do it. It's the same concept. You're only putting in the content, you're not worrying about design and so forth. Content management system probably cost, for a town this size, probably in the range of, I'm guessing $40,000, okay? Plus, it'll take some money to get it up and running, okay? Now, having said that, the town's had it pretty easy for the past 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I mean, you've been the sole operator.
So there's no expense.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's an overwhelming expense, because I think that everything's mature enough now, including the staff, that I think that it would be the way to go, in my opinion. Okay? To do that, you need to put together a real strong RFP, because you get those salesmen in here, and they'll tell you anything, and your head will be spinning. So to put together a strong RFP, specifying exactly what you want now, 5 years from now, and where you're headed. Okay?
All right, let me interrupt you
Sure.
a minute. Do you really think that we need to do an RFP, or is it something that you, along with some other people that are in the business, could do?
Well, you still need an RFP, Judge, regardless of who does it.
Well,
Whether the selectmen, I mean, when you say an RFP, if you're gonna move to a content management system, you're gonna probably look at a...
okay, you're talking about a contact management
Yeah.
system, but right now it's a, what is it called right now then? Just a,
Well, it's
In-office
a poor man's
system,
content management system, okay? The people that are no one in the town office has ever had to know how to design or program a website. All they've ever had to do is upload stuff. Fill in the spreadsheets, upload the spreadsheets, and that's it.
but if
See,
you-
look,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, basically, the reason why the website came up was last week. a gentleman who's not here had mentioned it. I mean, in the past, when there has been a problem, I had talked to Marie about the couple of problems that was probably about a year ago,
Right.
and those have been corrected.
That's right.
So, I mean, I didn't realize that there was a problem with the website. You know, so
But you voted, you voted, you seconded it.
second or what?
Ben seconded it.
Who made the motion?
Wait a minute, no, I'm sorry, that wasn't the one.
Ben made the motion.
Ben made the motion to have Roberta look into website creators, providers for
Oh,
the town,
see, I didn't think,
so the website can be
that was,
updated.
I don't
This is
remember.
an update.
See, that's not, see, I didn't even remember any of those words from, see,
And
I thought it was just to look into what's going on the
Well,
website.
that's what I thought too.
Yeah, see,
I mean, I misunderstood.
Well, I
the
think
whole
it's
thing,
important that the selectmen have an
Yeah.
insight into where the website is, what it's capable of, not capable of, so when you decide you wanna move on, we can have a smooth transition,
no.
very important.
So I don't know, he didn't elaborate that much.
I didn't think there was that much elaboration on it either. Basically, my understanding was Roberta was gonna look into the website. I thought it was because Ben was saying that there was some problems, that he had complaints from people
You did,
on the
what, did he
website.
have problems? I don't know.
You're always gonna have complaints from people, you're never gonna,
It's not gonna be perfect.
no, and, well, over time, it matures. A new website is like a new baby. Over time, you
Yep.
get the quirks out of it, it'll start behaving properly, okay? But initially, it won't.
We're not sure of that.
No, and you're always gonna have people that will have problems. Sometimes it's a website, sometimes they have an old browser, old computer, they have viruses, a whole multitude of
Oh, yeah.
things. And the problem is when a taxpayer calls you and he has a problem, you wind up debugging his system as opposed to fixing a website. You find out he has a virus, or he has an old browser, or something else. We don't mind doing that, okay?
You know, see, I didn't realize that this was to create a new website.
No,
I
don't believe it was to create.
I thought, because like I
didn't think
said-
it was. I wouldn't have voted
Well, it's
that way.
unfortunate he's not here, but hopefully, if he watches this meeting,
Well, he might be here later, but if he does.
No, because, again, my comment was when he brought it up, is like, this, you could've done this a half hour ago when Bob was here.
it's good to have a discussion on this, because
Yeah.
we have to start considering where we're gonna go.
Well, what's
How-
next?
How we gonna get
I
there?
understand that, but I think that the thing that probably upset you more than anything else was the fact that you thought that people were just going around you and just gonna arbitrarily go out and start hiring all kinds of people to work on websites.
Well, I
and do
would've
this
thought-
and do that.
I guess I would've thought that what I had to say would have some value.
Yeah, I never.
That's why you're here right
And if you
now.
saw the meeting on TV,
I didn't.
alright, that's when he first brought up the website, that's when I said, well, Bob, why didn't you bring this up? Because Bob's here, was here, I mean, I was actually kinda a little shocked that he was bringing it up at the end of the meeting.
In my opinion, we should find out what his particular concerns are.
Well, I agree
But we
with you.
then should bring him in and have him into discussion about where should we go from here, because that's where he's aiming to, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know where he's aiming, because it wasn't very clear. I guess if he took it, that it meant.
I took it that she was gonna look into the website, what was,
I
you know,
thought-
what his problems were.
I thought maybe they didn't approve my invoice.
The invoice was zero? You've never charged anything, and all, you've done it more than 10 years, by the way, just so that people get the record
Yeah, I know,
straight.
a long time, yeah.
Done it
No,
a
I
long
mean,
time.
like I said, I guess I should listen to the whole substance of his conversation next time.
What year
that
did you
was my
come to
yard.
town?
79,
And you started this in 80,
85.
yeah,
May
yeah, go ahead.
I speak? I think one of my concerns would be, there seems to be departments that are creating their own websites. And I think you guys need to decide whether you want that to happen, or whether we just wanna
Well, which
use this
department?
one town, well, the police department, the fire department, and the recreation committee, department has told me today he's creating his own website.
Eric, you?
Well,
So what you guys need to do as a board is
Here's
to
the-
decide whether to approve that or not, because there's, I
we
would think you
the
would
town
have one
clerk
town website, and
has her own website.
that's right, so there's no
Yeah.
control there if they're
Yeah,
doing their
she's
own
got an
as to,
excellent point.
yeah, as
No.
to whether,
No, and I
what they
agree
can
with,
put on it,
I
the information.
agree with you.
What
It's
you
not
want.
only what goes on it, the problem is that a citizen says,
Mhm.
well, where do I go? Which website do I go
Yeah.
to?
That's right.
And they start having to look at all the web,
Does the
there should
fire
be one
department have
source
their
of
own too,
information,
Bob?
huh?
Does the fire department have their own also?
I believe they do, I
I
don't,
think
you
they
know.
do, is from what I understand,
Yeah.
the fire department, the police
It's a
department,
package.
the recreation department is
The
doing
police,
one.
police has had.
That's bad, that's bad.
Police had them
And
for
that's
quite a
what
long
I'm-
time, right?
Now, if you had CMS, right, you could say, okay, we're gonna tell you how to get into CMS in your department, and you can post your own web pages and all, that's what you need, okay, that's really what you need. You need one website with multiple people being able to input information into it, not multiple websites.
That's right, and I don't think even,
No, I think
even
you're
putting
right.
links onto their websites is correct for a
Yeah.
town website. You guys need to make a decision as to whether you wanna have a town website,
this-
you wanna allow
this
them to
came
have
up-
their own
this came
websites.
up, like 4 or 5 months when I first became a selectman with the rec department.
Mhm.
And, yeah, and they wanted to do that, and Marie said no. I mean, she said, and obviously is a decision.
Well, they obviously have to pay for it somehow, the
Well, I
budget.
was gonna say, that's another question is,
The budget item.
I mean, I would not recommend that the town pays for them to have their own websites, so I'm not sure how that is even getting paid if it.
But I mean, we need to make an avenue where they can get their, you know, like you're saying about the content, you know,
Well,
onto the town.
You want
website.
one website
That's right.
with
No.
departments being able to input into it, but you want the taxpayer, the citizen,
To go one place.
outside, go to one website, not to 6 websites to
Oh,
find
the
information.
town of
And how do
Mer-
they search? How do you search across websites?
The town of Merrimack, you don't go to the town of Merrimack and then you go town of Merrimack rec department, town of Merrimack fire department.
And there's no consistency in the interface, they're all gonna
That's
have
right.
different websites, you have to relearn every time you go to a website now. It's a bad policy. Now, if the person's elected official, you really have no say.
Yeah, and that's
You don't think
becomes,
so? Why?
Well,
You still control the money that goes.
but if they don't use their.
but they can use their own money,
Yeah,
Their own money?
yeah.
You mean personal money?
yeah.
Well, no, money, revenue, yeah, personal money, revenue, income.
No, they can't spend their department's revenue. They would have to use their
Take out of their
personal,
salary. Right,
yeah, they'd have to use their personal
Sure.
income.
sure.
So when I talked to Mr. Maxwell about it and why he was creating his own, his complaint was that if you go onto his page, there's nothing there.
Because
And
no
I-
one posts anything.
And he's has been trying to get information, I'm not sure through who, onto his webpage. So,
Talk to you about
Nope.
it?
I think at some
He
point.
has a whole set of news for the recreation department, we created a news just for that department so he could set it up, and it was being used. Where it falls apart right now is that nobody here knows how to input, Marie's gone and she was the one doing it,
Okay.
okay? So I mean, the man has a valid point, but the answer is not for everyone to create their own website. The Conservation Commission had a website before the town did, so we still have it, but I'm shutting it down. It's gradually, I'm moving stuff to the town website, because why have multiple websites?
And if it's something as easy as me learning how to do it, I'm capable of doing that.
How do you
I've
shut
done many
down a police
websites, yeah.
department website, for
Huh?
example? How do you shut down a police department website that's been there for how long?
Well, wait a minute.
He was the
You-
first
you-
I
one.
don't think
let's-
there's currently a police department website.
You don't think so?
Huh?
If they're,
No.
put it this way, if
it's
someone's
not.
collecting a salary from the town
Mhm.
and the department's getting municipal funds, as a board, you have to sit there and make that decision.
Well,
You have to decide whether you
Yeah.
want it or not.
well, should we
And I
make
think
that
you have to
decision tonight or
appeal
not?
to
What?
I think you have to appeal that they're here to serve the taxpayer, and what's in the best interest of the taxpayer is what should be
Right.
considered.
A lot of people forget that, and you know it as well as I do, they're probably trying to appease themselves. Highway never set up a website, I don't believe, or anything.
Yeah, when you,
like that.
I mean, when you Google the town of New Ipswich,
You know, when
it
you-
comes up town of New Ipswich assessor, town of New Ipswich, New Hampshire tax collector, town of New Ipswich vehicle registration,
Mhm.
and town of New Ipswich.
Now, the tax collector, you know, I don't know, what can you say about that?
It's another elected official.
Yeah, but she has,
You know, George, one of the solutions to this thing might be having a committee that deals with such things.
well, I
Because
thought
you have a
about
lot
that.
of people in town that are very knowledgeable.
You think that we could get a committee
I don't know.
that would sit down and agree?
I don't know. I think you could probably get a committee of 4 or 5 people, and you could use all their knowledge, and I think, I mean,
Do you have any names, recommendations?
I hadn't given any thought, but, you know,
Well, no,
I think
I
the
thought
first-
about that after the conversation last week.
I think the first thing we do,
forgot to
George,
mention
is
it to
to
her
publish
today,
it.
see what she thought, but
Publicize it, put it on the web, or announce it right here, that we, you know.
we're looking for a people that with video experience and website experience and
No,
all
not
that, or
video,
what?
not video, experience.
Not video, I'm sorry, I said video, I shouldn't say video. Computer, website, et cetera.
Yeah, I mean, if a person's into the hardware, it's not quite as important as if they're into, e-commerce.
What about a guy like a Bob Close, is he familiar with that stuff, do you know?
I don't know him,
Oh,
Judge.
okay.
I don't know him.
Or is he just on police stuff?
But you would have to decide what the goal of that committee is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
you
you
can't
gotta
just-
give-
I
you
think
need to
it
give him
would
a
be
charge.
temporary, I think that, my opinion.
But you gotta
it
find
should
out
be
if there's
temporary.
interest in it, I think, and, you know, 5 members?
The thing we don't wanna do, Judge, is we don't wanna put out an RFP that's gonna do a disservice to the town.
No, I don't plan on being any part of that anyway. I didn't even intend to be an RFP. When you said RFP, you floored me,
Well,
because I don't think that's the way to go.
if you're gonna go to a CMS system, you're gonna look at multiple vendors, you're gonna want,
You're gonna have to do it eventually, maybe, but I'm not talking about like next week or anything.
well, I'm here to serve you, I'm here to help Roberta,
Well,
anything we can do.
I think
And
that,
I wanna go on notice as saying that I do also wanna transition out,
I know that,
okay?
and I think that probably last week, I guess you were sort of offended by what you thought transpired, and in reality, maybe.
I was offended, for sure I was offended.
I know
For sure I
that,
was
and
offended.
I understand that, but it wasn't, and from my view anyway, it wasn't done to, upstage you or get rid of you or do any such
I
thing, and I
understand.
think you were sort of, and I would be too probably after 25, 30 years, whatever it is, you'd be hurt somewhat, I'm sure, but we've been through it before, you and I, so.
See, now I wanna play that meeting back on YouTube, just to read see the comments that happened at that
Why,
time.
do you think this is wrong?
See, I didn't,
She
looking
she
into.
wrote it down the way she heard it,
I know, I just did, that's not what I thought
but
I
I
said.
didn't think that we had made.
There
any-
wasn't much discussion about it.
And
No,
Judge,
it was
it-
very,
Yeah.
No, but,
limited.
well, like I said,
Because everybody's in a hurry to go home.
I will say that the content is a responsibility of the individual departments. And we have asked probably a half a dozen times for content from the departments. And the law is,
What's the recreation's complaint is that they want their own so that they can do what? What are they gonna put on there?
well, they wanna put
Roberta's-
events and stuff like that.
Huh?
His complaint was that his page on the website did not have any information, it just comes up as empty or.
Well, then, why didn't he come up here and sit down
Yeah,
with
but
us
I
and
mean,
read before and
the
do that?
newspaper didn't have any information either about the fishing derby.
You what?
The news,
So
yeah, I
he
haven't
needs
seen-
to
The
create-
first I've heard anywhere the
give the
fishing derby
information
announced
to
is
you.
tonight you.
Not to me.
Or to
No.
who is inputting it.
It's the same format as the town news.
Okay,
Spreadsheet,
But
you
anyway,
type in the date,
Type it in,
same
okay.
stuff.
At this point, I guess we can say that,
I'm sorry about the misunderstanding.
Well, let's make sure though, this time is not wasted, let's not lose
Yeah.
sight.
right.
There is some merit to what he has to say, and we wanna move in that direction.
I don't think, what he wants to say, cause I don't know what he wants to say, or if he's,
I think he's probably gotten feedback from people saying that they wanna put stuff up on the website and they can't or whatever, okay? That may be and I think the fact that you have these other departments putting their own websites in is indicative that you need a CMS system, that's why they're going in that direction.
alright, well, we'll take your advice.
Now, is that just the startup, when you're talking about $40,000? That's basically the startup cost and then.
That's probably the cost of the software, and there'll be some training that goes with it,
you know,
and then it'll probably be an annual support fee, okay?
We wouldn't have that kind of money right now.
They have some that specialize in government, and then even in small government versus big government, county and all that, okay? And obviously, I think you wanna head towards one.
Did you have any plans of, in the future, within the next few weeks or whatever, coming down here and working with Roberta on the existing one, or what are your plans?
She needs me, I'll come down, yeah.
If you'd like to, if you could come down sometime and show me how to input, so I
Okay,
can
okay,
have
sure.
access to that.
Okay, because one of your complaints was, last year, in fact, already, I think, was that the minutes were never put on there at times, right? From the
The
selectmen.
minutes were
meeting.
falling behind,
The last-
and I would see people and they'd say, how come you didn't put the minutes up? I said, I don't put them up.
No.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
last
there
one-
was
And it's
a-
easy,
there was-
you get behind, you get 2 weeks behind and 3 weeks, now it takes more time to do it.
Yeah, but I
so-
think there was more problems about it.
You got the
Putting
what,
the minutes.
I think we can straighten that out. Have you put any minutes on there yet? Or you
I
didn't?
don't put the
You didn't
input
know
on,
you were
but I
doing
did
it?
talk to Robin,
Well,
and
she's
she's going
doing
to.
Yeah, Robin's doing a good job.
Was
Yeah.
she doing
She's
it,
done
she wasn't doing it before though, was she?
No, she wasn't,
No, it was,
she's doing a good job.
I thought that's who Eric Maxwell gave all his information to.
I don't know. I don't know.
Who's Eric Maxwell?
That's the rec.
The guy that wants his own website from what you just said, I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, it's up to you, it's your shot, but I would discourage it personally,
okay.
okay?
She can, she's got you got a management meeting tomorrow?
Mhm.
You don't have one tomorrow?
Not tomorrow, no.
Why, you gotta go somewhere?
Yeah, I'm not in tomorrow.
No, you're not.
And I'm gonna meet you at the dam site.
Yeah, that's a threat. Listen to him.
You
Not
can
by a
call me
damn
if you
sight.
want.
Okay.
Okay?
What's going on?
That'd be good, thank you.
I'm gonna say it in a minute. What?
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I'll see you
Thank
tomorrow night.
Hey,
Bob.
wait 1 minute. Yes, Mr. Cotson.
Just a point of interest, I noticed at the dam site, there were 2 or 3 surveyors there today from the state. I didn't know if you knew that.
Oh, yeah?
Remember? Not today, yesterday.
Yesterday?
They were there yesterday.
Yeah.
The people you saw there today.
Dam
probably
site at the
was-
cemetery.
The
Yeah.
people you saw there today, unless it was, when was it? This afternoon or in the morning?
Yes, this afternoon, there was a white pickup truck with a state seal on the side. There were 2 people that I saw with
Well, they
transits
weren't
with,
supposed to come back today because they were here yesterday, but apparently they did.
well, George, I might be mistaken, but
No,
You're probably
I'm
not.
positive it was today.
They
Well,
might have,
like-
yeah,
Huh?
I'm sure they probably came back. And the attorney's coming down tomorrow.
No, not the attorney.
Yeah, he's the state land agent for DES, he's an attorney.
Who? Mark Stevens?
Yeah.
No, he was an engineer, surveyor. He used to
I
work.
thought he also had a law degree. Maybe not.
Well, he may have, but he also used to work here in town
Good
with,
man.
with,
Good man.
Kent Brown and J.J. Cohen up at the quarry.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
where I first met him, way back when, years ago. But anyway, he's coming here tomorrow, so.
I'll see you down
They
there.
could've come back today, I talked to him twice this morning, he didn't say anything about them coming here today, he said they would be coming back. But he didn't say
Yeah,
they were coming
that was
today.
that was this afternoon.
Okay.
Thank
Maybe he
you.
sent them
Good
down
night.
after he talked to me, I don't know.
Yeah,
But anyway, and you were asking what it's all about, right?
Yeah,
He's coming down here tomorrow, we're gonna go over, if you wanna go. Is it working?
I have something I have to do during the day.
Okay, we're gonna go over there, there's gonna be Peter, if you wanna go, the cemetery, Jay Hopkins, trying to get Caroline in to go, and, all
That's
you
done to
need,
do with the graves?
well, the graves plus the ball field, okay? Right now, in fact, we got this letter here that, has been composed, Roberta did that today. I didn't help her at all. I was here, but I would think I was more of a hindrance. Anyway, I talked to him last week after the meeting, and we went over all these things step by step. We have to move the obstacles out of the backstops, bases, pitcher's mound, snow fence. There aren't any porta potties in there. There's one little storage area that they use for storing equipment.
there's a porta potty there.
No, the
George.
porta potty's up above, that doesn't.
Oh, okay,
that don't
yes,
ma-
but it's
They
there.
don't care about that.
Okay.
Well, they didn't, and, anything else that's been put in there, plus, he said about 7,000, he called it cubic yard to fill, but we haven't taken any fill like that over there. We took about 48 yards over there, but over the years, I guess it's been built up somehow with people going over there and putting stuff in there or whatever they did. It was burned, how many years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, by a fire department controlled burn. And so there are some things that have to be changed. We have to lower the level because it all,
So there's not gonna be a baseball field?
not after June. Here's the key thing. I talked to him and we agreed that the town would be able to play baseball there until this year, until the season is over, okay? As long as we play ball with them, they'll play ball with us. It's what it amounts to be honest with you, that's how you look at it. So, I told him the season will be over in June, which is in the middle of June, I think, or somewhere in there, but he doesn't have a problem with that. Originally, he could've gone to,
Thank you.
By the way, in the museum, is home
he
here.
could've gone to, the Enforcement Bureau, which would have then said, you have to have all that stuff out of there in 10, 20 days or whatever, and give you a directive and prohibit everything. He said, I'm not gonna do that. As long as you call me and talk to me and you have plans of doing something, we're all set.
Alright,
So then I called him again today, and we went over this thing. He wanted a deed to the thing, which there is no deed, because it was, the cemetery was originally started before 1800. the land, I got, land, 3 different owners. Lenny Aho, you remember Lenny Aho, used to own all that land. And then, Ollie Nemi ended up with it. But it was 3 sections of cemetery over 3 different periods of time. The first section was Chandler.
Oh God, did you close
No,
this?
yeah,
because
because,
it was
you
noisy?
want it closed.
They're gone.
Thank you. And Chandler, and then that was 1912, and then goes up to 1930 where Ollie Nemi's grandfather owned it, Lenny Aho, and then it came down to the Nemi family, all of the senior, and now all of the junior still has 3 acres up in there, but the whole thing goes back to that sequence of years. The last one would have been when Ollie, they did their easements with the water resources of DES and so forth, so. He still has 3 acres in there, but that's on the other side. So anyway, this whole thing came, and what they kept this area for, if you go over there, you look, there's markers, 2 markers over there, stakes, and that's where the line was supposed to be. The town in their so-called wisdom at some point in time, and I think as near as I can figure it out, was in 2004 or 5, the cemetery trustees at that time decided they just wanna go over there, clear that whole thing out. They spent, I don't know how many $1,000 doing it, made it, so they could have lots in there, right up to the stone wall on Benny Hill Road, so. That's the problem. There's about 52 graves we counted, that.
So what are they gonna do about the graves?
Well, we're at the mercy of the state now.
So it's wait and see
We're also
on that.
gonna discuss that again tomorrow, but it's pretty much out of their hands in that regard, he said. Not his anyway. He's only responsible for water easements, forage rights,
Yeah.
et cetera. We have to dig all that down there and get it down to this level. That's why there was, probably engineers were back there trying to figure out how much has to be dug out. So, that's where it's at right now. Tomorrow, we're going over there, and then this here, with your permission, we will send to
Yes,
to,
I
Mr.
agree.
Gallagher, who sent the, did you read it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You want anything else in it?
No,
You
that's
sure?
fine.
All
I
right.
mean, obviously you get into a contract with someone, and for some reason, it wasn't researched at the time when all the.
All he was looking for was the town to promise in good faith that we were gonna come up with a plan and
Oh, yeah,
take action, so. I guess we can do that, right?
yep.
I don't know, I think they got.
I'll make a motion, we send a letter to James Gallagher at the state of New Hampshire.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, I guess since we're the only ones here. Anyway, I want you to please make a copy, or you did it already, no you didn't. Give a copy to the Conservation Commission.
Yep.
And
The cemetery
should
trust.
make the cemetery trustees or all you need me one also, okay?
Yep.
And, is there anybody else? Peter should have one.
Yeah.
Should give one to the Little League too.
Huh? Yeah, Mark Brook, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, well, it would maybe help.
Trying to keep them all in the same loop.
Well,
I
because,
already called him and told him what we're doing, and
yeah,
he
but nice
can
if they got
still
a
play
letter.
ball.
Yeah.
What?
There were dozens of people working down here, 2 or 3 weekends in a row. Like a
Oh, I
lot
know.
of people,
Oh,
there's
yeah?
a lot of work there, that's gonna
But, you know,
upset them. It's,
yeah.
there's nothing you guys
yeah.
can do, but
And
I'm
what
just
hurts
telling
is-
you, there's gonna be a lot
Yeah,
of.
It's kinda ironic, don't you think, that on the card, and it's in Joanne's office, the, one that John Preston did when he did the tax maps, and says that it was used as a ball field for 20 years, must have been until about 1950 anyway, from when, Lenny Aho owned it, from 1930 to.
Yeah, the state don't care though, you
It's
signed.
been used as a ball field for 20 years, but then after that, the flowage rates and all that
Yeah.
stuff was done in the late
Yeah.
50s, so.
You gave them the rights to, they're not gonna,
Anyway,
Yeah,
we'll
what
see what we
district
can
was
come
it?
up with, so, you can't be there, but,
nope.
all right, well, we'll try to represent the town, if we
I
can.
think you're gonna have Peter, you,
Me,
Yeah.
Peter, Ollie,
and I think you had a.
cemetery trustee Jay is
Yeah,
going.
I think you had a few people there that will, my absence won't be missed.
I wouldn't say that, why do you say that? You work in numbers,
I
don't
feel
you?
we're in but there's someone to represent the board.
No, I can't.
Alright, you wanna do the minutes?
Yeah, is there any
Alright.
errors or omissions? Which one? What do you want changed?
About the, okay. Alright, that's perfect. I'll make a motion to accept these minutes as they
Okay,
are.
so there are no changes?
Not on those.
All right, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
How about Ben? No, he didn't say anything. I guess it's done. You didn't wanna sign it?
No, well, I was waiting for you.
Well, you don't have to wait for me, Michael. Okay, let's see. What else you got there? What was that one? You just took from me, this, about Walnut Mills?
Yeah.
All right, why, you wanna read that first? I was gonna make that as an announcement, that we are going to have a hearing, not for that, or is it? Yeah, we will be having it. Here's the dates right here, June 4th and June 11th, for Warwick Mills for CDGB.
You need to pick a date, one or the other.
Which date you want? You
Oh,
wanna be
what
here
is it?
June 4th or June 11th?
Let me see.
Or not at all? Which is it?
If,
You gotta do
the
it.
28th, I'd say June 11th, by that time I think we'll be in our bi-weekly schedule.
Maybe.
All right, so you know what that is, don't you? If anybody here or comes here wants to comment on Warwick Mills and the CDBG, that's what this hearing is generally for, and we can do it. As she said, I've done it before with a meeting with the Board of Selectmen, so you just take the time, set it aside and do it. Anyway, and then she'll be here. Who else? Jack coming? No, he wasn't involved in that. What am I thinking of? Well, that's the other one. So she's the only one that's coming from,
Probably,
Rebecca?
JB Mack don't get involved in this, does he? Alright. Okay, so you remember Rebecca?
Yeah.
She's related to David Cotton, but he never told me how.
No.
No, he doesn't want me to know. She lives in Fitzwilliam, but that's as much as I know. Okay, so you agree with, June
Yeah.
11th?
11th sounds good.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll let her
you're all
know.
set?
Yep.
And this is from the big town of Sharon.
Yeah.
This is in regards to SEC, which you're familiar with.
Yeah.
And this is just to tell you that they support New Ipswich and Temple. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, and the main key is that they believe the residents of these two towns should be able to apply their land use regulations and procedures to this project rather than having it handled under the jurisdiction of the site evaluation committee, so. They think that both towns' ordinances provide sufficient regulations to minimize adverse impacts, so.
Good.
Since it's below the threshold of, it's a generation capacity of 15 megawatts,
Megawatts.
that's what it is.
It's
Below the threshold, which is it
28.
42?
Oh, it's
It
either
might be.
38
I don't know,
or,
but
I
it's
mean,
up, it's up,
28 or 30.
it's high, it's not really that high, but it's below that threshold, so. Where the SAC, if it's above that, they have to get
They
involved.
have to be involved, but
Right.
below it, they don't.
Anyway, let the record show that we did receive a yeah, I
Uh,
was gonna say a windmill. We didn't receive that yet, from the town of Sharon supporting New Ipswich and Temple in regards to the SEC hearings and all the rest.
Do you know if that's been forwarded to the, planning board?
This,
They received a copy, yes.
Okay, good.
yeah, you gave them a copy? Okay,
They received one, yes.
good. All right, so Temple should have received theirs by now too, so it's signed by all three selectmen, so. I think that wasn't that Jim Coffey's concern that Sharon should be involved in it?
It's a lot of people's concern that Sharon should be involved.
And it says here at the end, which you read probably, however, as an affected abutting town, the town of Sharon may request intervenor status in the future if we feel it's necessary to protect the interests of our residents, so. It's, they haven't done it yet because they think it can be handled through local control in New Ipswich and Temple, so. That's something, isn't it? All right, we did, another public hearing which will be held, not next week,
Next week,
Yeah,
the
you guys,
14th.
the 14th, yeah, May 14th, next week. is he just to accept the hazard?
I-
Have you read any of that?
I read, yeah, I was getting forwarded copies from Jim, but it's been a while since I've read it.
It's all been approved?
Because I'm not on the emergency management.
Right.
I'm not the liaison anymore, so Ben gets those emails. But like I said, I will not be here on the 14th, so,
Ben gets them?
yes. Or Ben's the liaison to the emergency management.
Well, he's a liaison with recreation too, isn't he? I guess so. I don't know. And police?
Yeah,
He's a busy man. He's a liaison with a lot of groups.
yep. That's why you gotta try to just keep it simple.
Made my job easier. Now I don't have to go and be a liaison with anybody except the town office.
No, fire department.
Oh, fire, I forgot about them. Okay, so this is gonna be posted?
It is posted, it's in the newspaper.
You already did it, so, what's that one require, 7 days?
Mhm.
Would you say it's already where? In the
In the
paper?
newspaper and posted up front.
She tell you what the paper charges for advertisements and all that?
No,
You don't wanna know. Expensive.
I guess we'll have to raise the budget item next year.
What?
I guess we'll have to raise that budget. item.
Now, I'll take this one next, and then, are you here for us, Earl, or are you here as an interested bystander?
That's right.
Which?
My ride was coming up here and I grabbed it, so.
Your ride was coming here?
Yeah, that's it. That's the only reason I came.
Oh, okay. You're familiar with the ball field, as we all are. All right. In the meantime, did you ever
Yeah.
discuss this bill with anybody?
Yeah, Peter.
No, other than Peter.
I asked
guy
people
that-
who was paying for it.
I know that. And Peter was told in the beginning that Little League was gonna pay for it. Am I right or wrong?
Not by me.
I didn't say
Nah,
that.
I'm just, George, I know you too good. In 2 years, I learned a lot.
Really?
Yeah, you already know the answer to the question you're asking me, so, well, just,
Well, who
Cut
the
to the
heck,
chase.
who called him and told him to do it? It wasn't you.
it was not me.
I know it wasn't.
I'm a member of a board of selectmen. I am not the select man.
It's my memo there, if you wanna read that, Mikey.
The problem is, somebody needs to pay for it, and do we really feel that it should come out of the town highway department, or not? There are some things that shouldn't, that's for sure. This may be one of them. It's for Little League.
Mm.
It was a Little League person that called them and told them to deliver it because the selectman told them to. Is that the way it was? Am I right in saying that, or am I wrong?
I don't know. I've never heard that conversation there. I've never heard any of that there.
You never heard it?
Nope.
You never heard that statement either?
Being a liaison to the highway department, Peter said I got a bill for material going to the field.
Yeah.
And I go, he said that he talked to Matt Crook, and Matt Crook said that Eric Maxwell was paying for it,
Out of recreation?
out of recreation.
Or is that
So
right?
at that
Is that
time,
right or
wait,
wrong?
whoa,
Go
let me
ahead.
finish.
I know what you're gonna say.
At that time, I had text messaged Mr. Maxwell,
Mm.
and I said to Mr. Maxwell, oh, so are you paying for, you know what? I probably still have that text message on my phone,
Well, that's fine.
so that way I'm not
Can I ask what they delivered?
infield material.
Special stuff for the infield over by Smith
Stone-
Village, which
stone
is now
dust.
gonna have to be all taken out of that. What?
Stone dust or something like that?
No, it's not really
No,
stone dust, it's,
I don't
how
have
do you
that
call
message.
it?
It's jock mix, they call it.
Uh,
It's basically like stone dust. At that time, I text messaged Eric Maxwell and I
took
said,
6 loads.
I said to him, did you authorize material to go to Smithfield Field? No, I did not. So, all I know is that Peter told me, Mark Crook said that Eric Maxwell authorized it. Eric Maxwell told me he never authorized it. So,
And
That's-
one or both of them said that the selectmen had authorized it.
one,
What?
one,
I don't know.
Who?
I didn't know anything about it. How could I authorize it?
what?
I would-
I mean,
Yeah.
that's all, you can ask any of those questions because they're all, unless there's a selectman who's not here right now. And he's the liaison to the recreation department, so,
Yeah, they had a meeting, when was it, last week or the week before?
so if there's,
The week before. I guess.
so those questions that you've been asking me, you might
Yeah.
wanna go down that avenue with him.
Well, he won't give me an answer. You think he will?
How much is it?
$625.
$700.
$725, I'm sorry. Originally it was supposedly 600.
Well, this is,
Then, when Peter went with this invoice down to Vanguard, which he did do, he's asked Mark Crook about it, apparently he left him the invoice, I think he left it for him originally, and then somehow he got it back, and now it ends up that nobody's paying for it.
alright, well, I recommend, we have to remove all that material from down there anyways, right?
Yes,
We take it, we stockpile it,
yes,
and it stinks to pay for the invoice. Then if we ever need to do any work at the town field, we have it there, we won't have to pay, you know.
but
And
that
ju-
doesn't,
because and then we'll have to worry about how it affects the budget. You know,
well,
take
it's not
half of
really,
it out
I mean,
of.
that's not my point,
Yeah.
as far as affecting
No,
the budget.
that's, nothing should ever be bought that way.
Well, I wouldn't think it would've been, but,
You work for a company, you have to fill out a purchase order to purchase stuff.
see, I guess it was backwards, if you ask me, is that if any old, it's almost like any citizen, which has happened, calling up Concord and calling DES or DRA or any of those places. And at one time, they used to talk to everybody and anybody, they don't do it anymore, I hope. People would just, or call the town attorney. They pick
But-
up the phone, call the town attorney, and the bill would get charged to the town, so what are you gonna do?
I need my driveway repaved, can I just have the highway department, I'll call the highway department and have them come up and repave my driveway and just say someone else said I could do it.
You wouldn't be the first one that tried it.
But, I mean, but the thing is, if no
Well-
one's gonna pay that bill,
All right.
you can't be in a position with the
No.
contractor you're using for materials to make the town look bad either. I think that you pay Pike Industries and then the town has to go, if we have to go
Right.
after someone,
It boils down to the same thing as the Benty thing with Billy Zepper and Pike Industries, when there was pavement that was put up there on the end of, I shouldn't use that in illustration.
no, I know what you're talking about.
You were here, I think,
Yeah.
at the end of it. That was 600,
No.
somewhere around there for pavement,
Yeah,
cause they didn't come all the way out to the road. The planning board and the town wanted to come all the way out to the road, then Betty said, we're not paying that. And that was the end of that bill. The town ended up, it never got paid, to be honest with you, cause you just refused to pay it. I was in one vote, it was 2-1 not to pay it, to be honest with you.
it's just
That was
like,
before you.
yeah, it's just like glass and
So,
windows and stuff
Tell
like that.
Peter, we need to work it out somehow. I'd pay this, what was the date on the invoice?
I had told Peter that too, and then,
But he doesn't really want to, and I hope he learned, I mean, I told him today,
So are you
we'll
making
pay
a
it, but we
motion to
want,
pay it
You
from
know what?
the highway department?
no, I'll make a motion that we pay for our general government buildings.
why?
It's a town facility, you can take the money from there.
Well, yeah, but it still doesn't make it right.
We worry about who we go after on it after.
Okay,
You
well,
need-
that was my point.
Yeah, we
Just-
need,
We pay it, but,
we need to find out what other communications were
but
made
I
between the
just
people.
think that you're not, when's your next management meeting, next week?
Next Wednesday.
But you need, if we have people that we do business with, you can't make them wait
No,
because
I
there was a
know that.
mistake made
It's
in the
not-
town. It's not fair to the person selling the material.
That wasn't Pike, it was Brock's we owed that money, so they never got paid. I said, can't we put a lane on it? But he didn't wanna put a lane on it. So what do you end up doing? You pay, you don't pay it or you do pay it. He wouldn't let Peter pay it either, so. I don't expect anybody to pay my bills, Matt, he said, well, I know that, but
Are you going to second the motion or?
who, me? Your motion was to
To
pay it?
pay it out of general government buildings.
I really don't know why you wanna pay it out of there.
That way you don't
Just
have
to-
the DPW budget.
just-
I mean, not that
Just to
$600.
expedite things, I'll agree with you, I'll second it. All in favor?
I
Okay. As long as,
I know Peter's budget's not running the greatest because of all the early snowstorms in the year. I don't have budget numbers in front, but he said he was already at like 49% or something.
is it,
Then
Oh,
when we
he's
start in the
not-
5th month.
you ran one off at beginning of
End of
May?
April.
Did you
Yeah.
run them?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Though, that would be
Huh?
nice for the first meeting of the next
Sure.
month.
Next month or this?
No, but what I'm saying,
I'll
whenever.
make sure you have it at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, that would be good.
Well, it didn't always get run off until sometimes later
Ah.
on down the road. Who runs it, you or Roger?
Either one of us.
Roger was doing it, right? All right, now, next thing, let's see, does that take care of all that stuff? I guess so. We got a proposal for video audio streaming services, which Roberta has a note here in regards to it. You haven't seen this,
No.
right?
You should read the memo, or you should read the memo, so.
Yeah, read that, and it goes with that. The guy came today at noontime. We got an active video committee now, thank goodness. Everybody was there, right, Ron?
Yep.
Good.
No,
No?
No.
Who wasn't there?
what's his name over in Timbertop? Is it Mark or Mike?
Mike.
What's the guy in Timbertop?
Oh, that gentleman?
Yeah, he wasn't here.
Oh, that's right, he is on it, isn't he?
Was it during the day? He might have been at his day job.
Yeah, it could have been.
Right.
The reason it was at noontime more than anything else is because Robin's on it, and she felt that she'd rather do it on a lunch hour, so. Cause she's actually the only one that gets paid for
Alright.
those hours.
That doesn't
In
sound
all
like a bad,
honesty,
that
so-
doesn't sound like a bad idea at all.
So,
Alright, so you,
so everyone knows what you're talking about, can you read that memo, please?
from you?
Yeah, so
No.
the audience is aware of it, or people watching on,
Okay. As May 7th, 2013, today at noon, the video committee meeting, a presentation was given by Christopher Morgan of Easy Stream. Now, Easy Stream's a company that allows for access to the Board of Selectmen meetings directly from the town's website, which we were just discussing a little while ago.
I know, this would.
This will alleviate the need to use YouTube, which is not always user-friendly. Easy Stream will also give us capabilities to post bulletin boards with town information as needed. The video committee is recommending that the Board of Selectmen approve the expenditure for Easy Stream. The cost is $2,495. Now, is that on a yearly basis or
yes, annual.
annual? Okay. And the funds will come from the franchise fees warrant article, which was approved in March for $3,600. Remember that article?
Yeah, and that article, it's never ending because it's, alright, so that would cover that,
No, that was,
yeah.
that's never ending
The
until
franchise,
the
yeah.
town decides they
to
want
vote
it.
Until
against
both
it.
sides, right,
Yeah, so then that way you'd have that revenue anyways.
right, to pay for
Well,
it.
the money's,
Yeah.
the money's there, it's in a separate account, I hope. She didn't she set it up separately?
Mhm.
Beverly should have, right? So, that's $3,600 out of, franchise fees for this year. That's not the one from the 15,000, that's franchise fees, which we get on a 1, 2, 3, what, 4 times a year or
Quarterly basis,
twice a year,
yes.
I guess it is, isn't it?
Quarterly.
It's coming quarterly. So last year we took in, I think the town report must have been wrong, it said 20-some odd thousand, but I didn't believe that.
But did that, no, that couldn't include the,
Not the 15.
no, that's
No.
what I'm saying, it
No,
couldn't.
no, no, but
I don't know, there's
I
a
don't know
couple,
if they
there was a
ever
couple things wrong with the
if
town
it ever
report
got
last year.
corrected, when you sent those papers to the state, did you notice that? At all, as far as, she had it listed on one page as revenue, I think she had like 31,000 or more. She had included this, the franchise fees plus the 15,000 or
And that was-
something.
Yeah,
I don't think they should have been together. The original 15,000 was a one-shot deal. You have to spend it within a certain amount of time or else
lose it.
you lose it, basically, is what it amounted to. That'll never happen again until you come to renegotiate the next contract.
I got a question about that Easy Stream.
You go ahead.
So from now on, it probably works with a keyboard or something, you type, like the billboard section.
Yes,
So basically, you could just go type fishing derby, Saturday, and that would just
it
be
would come on like a video and just keep
looping,
looping, yeah. If we didn't have something running, a
Yeah.
video running, yes.
but that won't scroll across the bottom, right? That would just,
I don't know, it may be able to, we may have that capability.
okay.
Yep,
All right, so I've told you about the public hearing.
So what do you wanna do about that?
This,
Yeah,
you want, I'll make a motion that we do it.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the vote was 2-0.
Okay, that's about the Easy Stream, there's a section on the bottom too, though, right here. The
What?
video
Oh,
committee.
that's $400 more.
Yep,
So
well,
that means, you want 2,500 and,
that'd be 28.
that's close to 2,800, isn't it? Yeah, $2,895
Alright, so I'll make a motion
out of that
That-
3,600
that we approve $400 for 2 monitors for the video,
computers.
monitors for their computer.
Okay. Now, is there any other equipment
Well,
that you're gonna need, like, well,
we'll
you've
have to
got,
figure out the difference
that leaves
between.
you $800, right,
Yes.
roughly?
You want a second
Unless,
my
I thought
motion?
there was some money that came out of that. These things here were bought from where?
From the 15,000.
You sure?
Everything here has been bought from the
No.
15,000.
I thought, didn't we overrun that 15,000, have to take some money out of,
Nope.
something else? You sure?
No,
Out of regular town budget? All right, as long as we didn't.
so I'll make a motion that we approve the $400 for the 2 monitors for the video computers.
Now, when you make that motion, I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so there's the monitors and the Easy Stream recommendations. Well, working with Easy Stream. Is there a contract and all that you have to sign? Did he say?
Didn't say, I'm sure there probably will be a contract, yes.
He listed all the clients and stuff. Did
That-
he do the town of Milford?
The one thing I would ask though is to call Bob Boyan and
Okay.
find out how that will work with the website, just to make
Yeah.
sure.
They've actually, Easy Stream has already gone into our website and created the page.
They did?
It's not live right now, but it will be. It was no problem.
The man on the street wants to say something.
Question, who has access to these,
To what?
to the video?
The bill, Ron,
Ronald?
We'll put all the power-
Who, of the taxpayers, who has access to it?
Anyone that,
What do you mean? Anybody that contributes to, contributes, that.
watches Comcast.
subscribe,
Or if you
has
don't have
Comcast, is it?
Comcast?
You're like me,
Huh? What if you
And
don't
we're
have?
paying, cause we can't.
but this is
Utilize it.
coming out of the revenue that we receive from Comcast, so we're not paying Comcast either.
In
Yeah,
other words, you get roughly $15,000, I guess it is, in franchise fees. Depends on how many subscribers and all that, 'cause the computers, that stuff don't enter, just TVs. So at one time, there's between 500 and 600 people.
But all
that
the money,
subscribe.
but all the money's generated, it's not from taxation,
right,
it's from royalties from Comcast.
right.
It's those, on your bill, oh, you don't have Comcast,
No,
probably.
Yeah.
don't.
But on your bill, there's a fee there, franchise fee and all that, and then they send a proportion of that back to the town each year. And
If I had Comcast, I could watch this, I wouldn't have to come down.
Yeah, I know.
you would?
Do you need any money to get Comcast?
Well, anyway,
do
that's,
you have a computer? Because it's also on YouTube.
Is that,
Yes.
see,
my
because,
wife has a computer, I don't know how to run it.
And pretty soon, with this now, it
That's-
will be right on the website.
That's, so it'll be available to
To
everybody
everyone who
that
has
has
a
a computer
computer.
or
Yep.
Yes.
Comcast, will it still be on?
Yes,
Yeah.
it will.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay,
Public
Yeah, you'll see
television.
what's on TV on the town's website.
okay, yeah.
Now, if you were to go live, if you guys ever approve it to go live, it would go right on immediately.
Yeah,
yeah, some towns do
I
that.
can't
Yep.
be both places, I'll
Yeah.
just stay home.
But you
Or
remember
could get
the,
an iPhone,
you
watch it
remember
on
sitting
your
here,
phone.
David, you remember sitting here and listening to the argument about franchise fees and why it wasn't fair and all that to all the
Yeah.
taxpayers? Remember those days?
Yeah,
And it will be available to everyone on their smartphones also, if they wanted to.
So there were people that object to it, even though the franchise fees that were coming, everything that came in, all just went into, general revenues because we
Now
couldn't
we're
use
getting
any of that
some
money. Now you
benefit out
got
of it.
$3,600 to use for equipment
Updating.
maintenance and all the stuff.
then the 15,000,
Bought all this stuff.
yeah,
15,000 was a one-shot deal,
yeah,
bingo.
Are those, is that
Brian
paperwork that needs to be
Christensen,
signed?
what, yeah. I think I've covered all this stuff.
Yeah,
Is there anything?
we've done
you haven't
everything.
I don't think so, nope, just that.
Huh? Earl, you said you didn't want anything? Oh, we
I
need to
didn't
go
say I
on
didn't
a,
want anything.
we will need to go into a brief
I
non-public, I
don't think you
suppose.
should until Ben is here,
Why?
well, because he wanted to be involved with that.
Well, what am I gonna do? Sit
No,
here
you
and
guys
wait
can do
and
it,
see
you
if he
guys can
comes
do
up?
it, you guys can do it next week.
No, you wanna be involved in it too?
I'm not gonna be here next week, so
I
you
know
and
you're
Ben
not.
both can be
Well,
involved.
he isn't here this week. Oh my gosh. He wants to be involved in it. Why didn't he do something about it before when he was first going to? Never mind, I didn't say that.
Just, David's got his hand up again, the man on the street here.
David,
I have a request for you guys.
uh-oh. Who's it from, the president?
No. Lower Pratt Pond Road,
Yes.
town portion, they just graded it the other day, it's excellent. but it's very dusty. Yeah, I know you guys put calcium chloride on there the last couple of years.
You did?
Yes,
I didn't
thanks
think
to Peter,
he- Huh?
thanks to Peter,
Well, he is the man in charge.
absolutely. But could you put it on pretty soon, because there's a woman there that lives in the first house going up Lower Pratt Pond Road.
Yeah.
Her name is Brown.
Mrs.
She has
Brown,
lung
Yvonne
cancer.
Brown is her name.
Yvonne,
That's what I just said, Yvonne.
you know Yvonne.
I
She's
know
got lung
Yvonne.
cancer. pretty
Yes, I
bad.
know, she carries a bottle.
Yes.
No,
Her
I mean oxygen
house.
bottle, let me clarify that.
Her house is covered with dust, George.
It probably is.
Yes. So if we're gonna put, just to help her out, the poor lady,
Hmm.
would you,
I don't know if he's got any or not.
I
would you get
discussed,
some?
Huh?
if I can speak, I discussed this with him, yesterday about his plans with calcium chloride. And he said once all the roads were graded, he was going to place the calcium chloride.
Yeah.
But, unless you're gonna talk to him, I can certainly speak to him about doing.
The sooner the better,
Well,
because,
we're gonna
you
see
know,
him
she's
tomorrow
she's
morning.
been fighting this lung cancer
His
for a
plan
couple
is
of
to put it
years,
on the roads, yeah.
and it would really help her situation, I think. And if you
You
don't,
mean just put it in front of her
discrimination.
house, is that what you're asking
Huh?
for? Just in front of her house?
That's, yeah, 200 feet before, just to keep the dust
Well,
away
you got
from
another
her
house,
house.
there's two other houses right there next door.
Well, I don't care about them, I just care about the lung cancer.
What about the ones across the street?
The heck with them,
You don't care about them either?
they don't have lung cancer yet.
I'm only,
No,
I don't know how
I mean,
far
it'd
up,
be nice to do it, but just,
I don't know how
for
far up
Yvonne.
he usually goes with calcium up there.
yeah, but later in the season, it's wicked dusty now, cause they just graded it, and it, you know, it's all loose, and their house is just covered with that dust.
And sometimes you use just water, don't they?
Yeah, we're
Calcium's
doing everything.
expensive, you know.
I know, but if you don't do it, that's discrimination, George.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is,
Why?
you know Yvonne,
Well, I know you're going, but why did you even bring that up?
I'm just kidding you.
Oh, okay.
Can you take a joke?
I did. Yes, I know Yvonne.
Yeah.
Yvonne's a nice person.
Yes, and I just feel so bad. every
I
time go
understand
by
what you're
and-
saying, but then I'm gonna have 99 other people calling Roberta wanting calcium on that dead dirt road too, right? I don't know what
Well-
the plans are, but,
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't care about the
or how
people.
many gallons he had figured in his budget.
200 feet
My
before,
side.
Do you know how much he?
I do not
You
know, I do not know individual line items from everyone's budget, I'm not as good as you, George.
No, we had to cut some things down, I remember that, and I don't know.
Yeah,
if
but
that's-
that, no, it was rock crushing,
Huh?
you cut back on rock crushing.
Gravel and sand. Screen and sand was cut back too, remember?
Yeah, basically, there was like $5,000 cut.
What, just those two items?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but
Yeah,
there's more than that.
because we added money to fuel, we
had
paid
to.
off the
You didn't have a
lease.
choice at the time.
Yeah, no,
And it's still, oh, I didn't say that, it's still there, but I'll see what we can do.
yeah, okay, Judge.
I can't guarantee anything, just tell Yvonne that,
Well, no,
hang on.
Alright.
I'm not gonna mention it, I just think about it every time I go by, I see
You
that.
want the fire department to go up there and wash your house
so are we
now?
going into,
No.
No?
Just
are we
put
going into
calcium on the
non-public?
road.
It's up to you guys, there are
Hang
two
on.
issues.
Alright.
All right, you okay this? You don't have a problem with
Nope.
it, do you?
for
This
the
is,
Stearns burn?
Stearns Burton, and there was another one, which we must have already done that.
Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago.
For Memorial Day,
Oh, no, I didn't, no, I don't remember seeing a Memorial Day one.
what'd you do with that one?
The memo,
Yeah.
I thought you had already read it, so I took it out.
Because I already read it, you did, no, I'm not kidding. Yeah, it was the same thing, because it's common every year.
Yeah.
The only thing at issue was, at the time, Beverly was questioning it for some reason, because all he had originally asked for $2,400, but in his budget request, he had also put in there, the money that he was gonna get from Stearns Burton. And I said to him, why did you put that in your budget, why did you ask for it when you, so we decreased it by, down to 18, I think it is, from Memorial Day, what we ended up, either 15 or 18, or half to the Stearns, because he gets money every year for the band, $600 at least, so, but it was in his original request. Ollie, what are you trying to do? Make some money on the side, anyway, that's all set.
What's the date of our Memorial
I
Day?
just read it,
18th?
where were you?
I didn't
Didn't
hear
I
you.
tell you?
No,
I started to, I'm sorry if I didn't.
I didn't
I
hear it.
apologize. What?
I didn't hear it.
Were you here in the beginning?
No,
No,
Oh, that's why
that's
you
why I didn't hear it.
It's Sunday, the 18th? What's the date? 18th or 19th, right?
19.
19th.
Already?
The same as always, in the morning at Smithville. We line up at the pole, at Fletcher's Common in Smithville and take off from there. Go to the cemetery, or South Cemetery, and then do that program, and then go back to the bridge, throw the lilacs in the water, and go rally around the flagpole there and disband. So that's in the morning.
Are the flags all in tip-top shape? So-
They are, I hope.
Okay.
It's supposed to be. I've been told they were.
But, because there was a person that used to complain every year about the raggedy flags that,
There were some, you're right about that.
but he's no longer with us, so you won't get any complaints from him.
He's no longer with us?
No.
Oh, that's too bad. They probably kept us on our toes as far as
Yeah.
flags were concerned.
Oh, boy, he'd get wound up about that.
We used to have a good flag account in the trust fund, but not very much money there now. Besides that, it'd be hard to get it out of Woody. You only could spend the interest anyway. Remember when Gladys and Hazel were there?
Ooh,
We got all kinds of stuff from them.
I know Gladys was pretty tight with the person.
She was, but she was good. She knew what
Yeah.
she was doing. That's why when they took their little trip to Concord that time, with all their books and everything, because somebody was called up to Concord and was complaining about the way they were doing cemetery trustees and trustees of the trust fund. When they came back, there was a letter that came to this office that said that was one of the best, what did they call it, recordings that they'd ever seen, and accounts were all in place. I mean, true, they had 7 different banks with 7 different accounts in the electric light company, but there was money way up in Sugar River, up in, is that in Vermont or New Hampshire?
They kept it hidden pretty well, huh?
Now it's all combined. There's a lot of people that wanna get rid of that $125,000. Once you get rid of it, you'll never get it back.
That's right. I can help you get rid of it.
I know you could. One guy told me the other day, he didn't understand why we can't take that money from that $125,000 and just build a ball field with it.
Why not?
I said, what do you mean? How you gonna do that? It's in a trust fund, the town has to vote. The town has to vote, why would they have to vote on it? Can't you just go get it?
it's not expendable.
No, it's not.
Alright, so,
Besides that, they voted not to do it, so the only way you can change it is to go back for another vote and get rid of it.
so where are we? I got lost.
Where
I
are
was
we right
reading this
now?
other page.
Why, did I lose you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You guys are all over the
that's
place.
because I got carried away with the Stearns Burton.
There's a non-public folder in there if you wanna
Yep,
look at
right
it.
here.
Okay.
I didn't look
Here
at
we
it.
It's
go.
on the green thing.
Yep.
All right. The RSA 91-3.
Oh, you want me to make a note?
You don't have anything?
Come on, Earl, that's something.
Actually, I'll be right back. You
Well, wait a minute, Earl.
you
That's
guys,
okay.
you guys got time to ask questions.
Think about
I'll
it,
be right
Earl.
back.
Think about it. You might come up with
Think
something.
about it, well, I'll react to the comment you made about the money, you had $125,000, I don't know for how long, but if you built a ball field, you'd have it for just as long as you've had that money.
Yeah, but it wouldn't offset your taxes every year. That's what it's doing right now.
Earl, they just built the ball field.
Earl.
Well, I don't know how much, now they're gonna tear it out on,
Well,
July
because-
1st.
Because
That's
people,
nice.
people jump before they should have. They leap.
Wrong side of the dam or what?
Yeah,
Wrong side of the dam?
Yeah, it's in the flood control area with forage rights. And,
So what's the problem? Why
Because-
don't you let nature take it away instead of you take it away?
because if there's a flood over there, or the waters rise and come over in there, the original area that they had in there, when it's built up now with what they say is 7,000 cubic yards or whatever it is, with the buildup in there, it won't be able to control the amount of water that they had anticipated that there would be in the case of need.
So they added more fill.
No, the DES didn't, the town did it over a period of
Well,
time.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's,
So now
more
it has
fill
to-
was added, so.
So now the engineers have calculated that you need to take all that out of there, bring it back down to the level that it was at
Yeah,
some point,
yeah.
because on their little computers, calculators, whatever, they figure that you need X number of inches of ground naturally to take up so many inches of water. That's the way it's done. So that's where we're at. And then the cemetery, which is worse yet, you may even have some relatives there, is also on state land. There's 52 graves in there right now,
Oh, really?
yes, 52 burials, plus lots that have been sold, so. It's,
On the,
So the new
on
section-
the
it's in
inside,
between, huh?
on the inside of the dam? I mean,
Coming towards, you know, where we go over there by the pole.
yeah,
Look right over there to the right, towards the dam, that
Yeah.
section D over there.
yeah,
The biggest share of section, not the biggest share, but a good share of section D is all state-owned land. And some reason or other, as I said in the beginning, some town officials, whoever they were at the
do
time,
the
cemetery,
graves have to be moved?
cemetery trustees, went over there and they cleared that. That was all brush and stuff in there.
Yeah.
State stuff. Then all of a sudden they decided they were gonna go over there and make a cemetery lots out of it. And cleared it all out, spent X number of dollars doing it. And come to find out that it was state land.
Wow.
So that's why we're gonna be over there tomorrow morning, and we will have more discussions in the future in regards to what to do with the
In the
cemetery.
folder, there's a non-public sheet,
Alright,
That one?
in the non-public folder, yep.
Yeah, okay.
George, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are on that new section. Can I tell them they gotta be moved?
You can tell them, but I don't know if it'll do you any good.
They
They got,
listen to
you
me.
mean, they're not buried there, you know what I mean?
Yes, they are.
Your brother-in-law is Billy Moran
Yeah,
and Judy.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, I saw their grave today.
that's why I'm glad Red's mobile.
Huh?
So is his sister.
I gotta go talk to him.
But you gotta remember that I personally own 4 lots in there,
Oh, really?
plus my sons, yeah. They all would have to be moved. They're all in that
Wow.
area. So it's not gonna be an easy task.
Oh, it's-
Wow.
It's a,
Now, what about the section they just did down toward the bridge for,
you're talking about
Moral.
morals.
yeah?
So far, there's no problem. I don't think there were any,
In the flood easement?
any
or-
easements or anything that were,
Wow.
in
Cause he spent a
question.
lot of money in
Well, he did. Who?
there. Yeah.
Morrow?
Mhm.
He spent a lot of money in there?
I think,
I think the town of Northwood spent quite a bit of money in there doing that.
well, he did that.
He gave it.
Yeah, he gave the land, but that monument he built for
Well, the monument,
himself and his wife and the,
yeah, that was just a plot, a dedication.
yeah, but I mean, that.
Yeah.
that
Oh,
is-
yeah, but, of course, he had some money. too, so. Anyway, is there anything else?
No, sir.
All right, you
Not
got
at the
anything
moment.
else for
No.
public? Roberta,
And also,
any other announcements? No? You like your job in Northwood? You've been here almost 2 months now,
6 weeks,
huh?
6 weeks.
6 weeks?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Perfect. All right, so we're gonna go into an.
I made a motion. You're not gonna second it?
Hang on, you did?
No,
You got anything before we go into non-public?
Do you have any-
I have a rec meeting, this Friday at 11 o'clock at the town field, if anybody wants to come down, any comments.
Well, let's, talk
You wanna
about,
go back
no,
to the
let's,
other
let's,
issue?
yeah, let's talk about that issue, because
Do you know anything about that bill for the?
material,
What do they do, give it back to you? Oh,
Yes.
is this it? Yeah.
well.
Were you involved in that?
I'm not on
What'd you
the,
say?
I'm not,
I talked to-
I am
Oh, you
involved in
guys
the league,
belong
but
to
I am not on the
the-
board of directors.
What board of directors?
They have a board of directors
Who
for the
does?
Little League.
Oh, the Little League.
And
Okay.
I am involved in the league, but I am not on the board of the directors.
No. So did you know that Phil was coming and all that?
Not until I found out from you guys.
So nobody ever say anything, Mark Crook never say anything about it or anything?
Not to me. I knew they were cleaning the field up just like the years before, but I didn't know they were bringing Phil in.
Well, the years before, they never actually did. I don't think they.
2 years ago is when they
Did
brought the fill in. Last year they did.
The other Phil was brought in 2 years ago?
Yep, it was all cut in and brought in then. And the board of selectmen before it was on, had told them.
Now it's gonna be taken out of there, just so you'll know.
Okay, that's what
What do they do with
the
that
state
water?
has said.
Hmm?
That's what the state of New Hampshire has
Yeah.
said.
If all goes well, you can still play ball there till the end of the season. He's asked for a letter with a plan. That's a plan for the ball field. We haven't done a plan for the cemeteries yet because the guy's coming down here tomorrow morning between 9 and 10, probably around 9:30. If anybody's interested in being there, they can be. We're gonna go over it then as far as the graves are concerned. What?
Just a suggestion, could you make
Thank you.
more volume for the floodwater somewhere else?
No,
Some more land instead of that exact
No.
spot?
they,
So you'd still have the same capacity?
they
and leave the
calculate,
ball field
I
there?
don't know where the land would be that you're referring to, no, not there.
Well, there's land all around it, I mean.
Yeah, and
But they
every-
already have easements on
Every
certain
one of them
parcels.
except for Ollie
Yeah.
Nemes. Ollie
Yeah.
Nemes doesn't have easements on that, 3
Yeah.
acres, I think it
It was
is.
just a thought, if you could take it
Everybody
away
around there,
from-
all the way around there had easements, even Morrow's, that's why
That's a
we
good
ended up
thought.
with.
It's
Yeah.
a good thought, take the material somewhere else.
Somewhere
on the ball
else,
field.
as long as they got the capacity for their floodwater.
It would have to go through the Army Corps of Engineers with anything of that. They would have to redo all that. It would take quite a while, and I doubt the
Redo
state has the
what?
money to even think about trying to do that.
Oh, the state won't do it, they charge us.
And they would charge us, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not gonna
We
pay
aren't
that.
even gonna deal with the Army Corps of Engineers, so we're just gonna deal with DES and
yeah.
Yeah, do what they tell us
suffer
to
the
do.
So
consequences.
where you,
and
where
do
you bringing
whatever.
all the material? You got 7,000?
Well, we can find a place to take
Oh,
that
yeah.
for now,
How many acres do we have at the transfer station?
138, but, I'd bring it right over here and maybe put it aside or whatever, just
Fill
for
some
the time being.
wetlands somewhere.
Huh? What?
Fill some wetlands in with it somewhere.
So I didn't mean to walk out, but, cause we got a break. So he knew nothing about the materials either?
I knew nothing about, but I don't sit on the board of trustees for
That
that.
doesn't matter, that has nothing to do with it.
If I had known, I would've said something about it, but I did not
The
know.
quote was made that a selectman had told these people they could do this.
Um,
And I'm saying right now,
It wasn't to
I
me.
never told anyone they could do anything.
I didn't even know about us using that field the way they're gonna use it until the first day of
So you
cleanup.
didn't know anything about it either, okay.
No, I did not.
Alright, so, oh.
And Mark talks to me quite a bit. I'm not gonna say I
know,
don't talk to Mark,
what
but
I'm
I,
just saying earlier,
Alright,
it seemed
so
like
what would-
someone was making it almost
Somebody
like,
must have ordered it.
Yeah, Mark called up Peter and told him to go get it.
Oh, so Peter got it.
Yeah, Peter did, but should he have is the question. He knows now that he shouldn't have, probably
he won't do it
without,
ever again.
without, going to other
Yeah.
places. I mean, people call him up and tell him all kinds of things sometimes, and they shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
He is the director of public works, no doubt about it, but anyway, what we decided was, and Michael made a motion to take this money out of town buildings for the time being, and then to go back and see if Little League or somebody's gonna pay for it. They won't wanna pay for it now, cause it's gonna be taken out of there, but,
Are you going into executive session soon?
Yeah.
yes,
Oh, well,
why?
Can we stay? We
Did-
wanna know if we can stay.
You wanna stay?
Yeah.
I don't
David
think
wants
so.
to know if I can stay.
No, but if there's anything else,
Make
is
an
there anything
exception.
else before we go into executive session? No, Mr. McIver.
I just said the rec committee
We had a-
coming up and that's it.
We had a discussion about websites a little while ago.
Oh, good.
Mr. Boynton was here, if we'd have known.
Yeah, see, I didn't understand, see, I didn't realize that we were looking
See ya.
into getting a different website.
I said
My
any
right-
options. It wasn't
my
meant
rights
to
are
just
coming.
be, and I
My
did see that in the
rights are
minutes
coming.
and I figured his would be just evaluated as anybody else's. I would like to see all different options, including his, and see what we can't work with.
No,
that
and
currently.
we were talking to him tonight about it, and he was saying that I was gonna, you know, that his type of website, because right now, and I kinda knew that there was a couple out there, but we have a town website, and then we have 2 or 3 town departments that have their own websites. And Recreation's talking about,
They already have one up and running, I found out.
well, see
You
now,
shouldn't have, there is no reason you
Yeah.
should have.
They could not, what they told me at the last meeting now is that they could not get the town one to work with what people were asking them for the rec, so they just created their own because they couldn't wait any longer.
see, I disagree with that.
Okay.
Not trying to,
I think
that's why I
do.
brought it up last week. We gotta figure out this website
So-
issue.
Alright,
'Cause
see,
it's
I-
not just
I-
rec that's complaining.
I thought, see, before when I had issues with the website, it was individuals trying to use the website. It wasn't a department on, like that.
What other, he wanted to know what the real problems that you perceive or why you even think there's problems with it and what could be done to.
I haven't looked at it in a year because every time I did prior, it was never correct and I couldn't go anywhere. A lot of the information
Why didn't you
was
say something
outdated.
about it then?
I
Or did you?
did
I
a
don't
year
know.
Yeah,
ago.
that's what I'm saying, that was the exact same time when the issues came up
And
with
then-
Marie, and
And
Marie
they
had
haven't
talked to
been
Bob.
fixed.
No, but they didn't always, never mind.
See, I don't, yeah, I don't go to the website. I figure I come here enough that I don't need to go to the website. But that, I'm not
He doesn't have a problem with looking into those kind of things and so forth. In fact, one of his recommendations is if you know people who would like to be on the committee, that are computer experts or whatever they are, or people who do this for a living, they'd like to be on a town committee,
And
then
then we can figure out which direction we wanna take.
what direction we wanna go in, but he was under the impression somehow or another that it was just gonna be an RFP for somebody else to just come in here and arbitrarily do away with everything that he's created over the past 25 or 30 years, since 1986, I guess it is, so. That kinda hit him hard, and I can't blame him for that. I think that, whether you know it or not, he spent all kinds of time and everything else, and it never charged the town 1 cent for this.
Oh, I knew it was volunteer, I know he did a ton with it, and I'm not trying to discredit that, but we need something that is working and functional, that people are willing to go to.
But I'm not sure that he can't do that as long as you know what you want and how you want it. I think that that's the whole thing.
Yeah, I think
don't know.
communication's the key.
Yeah, and I do too.
I don't know what you want and don't want, and that was his question, but unfortunately, if you'd have come.
Again,
together-
no, but it's just like, you know, it just doesn't interface with each other. Somehow it just ain't making two people come together.
So,
Alright,
anyway, he's gonna work with Roberta, and then if there's a need beyond that, but one of the things he does recommend is, cause he's not gonna be around forever naturally to do all of these things that he's done over the years, basically for nothing, and I guess a real thing is that you're gonna end up paying somewhere along the lines, probably for somebody to do these things that you're not doing right now.
Well, you're gonna pay someone to host it, but yeah, I would think if it's set up correctly, it should be, whatever personnel is in the office
Do
should be
you
able
know
to
how to set up a
update it.
website? You?
Me?
Yeah.
I've got my own website, yes, I know what I'm
Okay.
doing
You
on
do?
that, but ours is very simple.
It's very simple. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, I don't
You
know.
It all depends on what-
I go to websites, I don't host or
you
set
don't
it
have
up.
one, you know?
But I paid someone to set it up initially for me.
Oh, you did? You didn't do it yourself then?
No, but I maintain it on a constant basis.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, when Bob was talking. You can set up a website where you can have all the departments be able to put in their own information under the department heads. Well, I mean, there's a lot to go into this and knowing what direction the board and just because the board wants to go one way, doesn't mean that the town wants to go one way, because there's gonna be expenditures.
Well,
Exactly.
And
I
setting
don't
up
know.
a small business website that you're on that you monitor from your house to something that's administrative of all the departments in the town, there's gonna be a big cost difference.
Yeah, but that's why I had it to look into. It wasn't that we were approving to do any one system. We were looking into how to improve our website.
well, I think
Yeah.
that's the key right there, is how to improve it, and unfortunately, maybe he overreacted, I don't know, but anyway.
No, I mean, I can understand, I can
And-
understand his point when he was at the meeting last week.
I should have brought it up earlier.
And then
and I-
after, and like I said, and I'm gonna see him tomorrow night, and I'll explain, because you came to a meeting, I'll talk to him during the conservation committee meeting
Yeah.
tomorrow night. And that way we'll get that all straightened out. I mean, and his idea of having a committee, that way, okay, what will the town need in 5 years? And should we get something that, instead of getting something now, okay, it holds us over for a year or something,
Mhm.
what's the broader picture?
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
You know, instead of just trying to do a short-term gap fill, you
That wasn't my intention with what I.
I think he took it that way or something. And like I said, when the minutes, basically when I seconded the motion, I had thought that because there was complaints from people who were trying to use the website.
And that's been the bulk of mine, but
But-
now I'm getting
yeah.
from department heads too, and different
But
things.
that's when I seconded your motion.
Which one, recreation, you mean?
Recreation's most recent, but I've had other departments have the same issue.
They do?
Town landfill was asked to be able to put stuff up, things of that nature.
See, I never even heard that. I
didn't
mean,
know that either.
yeah.
Who
The
asked
other
you?
departments would like to be able to, cause they
'Cause the
got
police-
people who are asking
The police
them,
and
and
the
no.
fire, because the police and the fire have their own websites.
But it should be able to be linked, and if you hit on the links of any of those, you can't.
But actually, no, you shouldn't have them like, they should be part of a one town website.
That's fine, as long as you can move within the website to whatever
Yeah.
department you need
And
to get
that's-
to.
And that's,
Just out of curiosity, who from the transfer station wants to have a website?
They don't wanna have a website, they wanna have the capability of putting something up for collection days, or for,
What are you talking about when you say they, the people who work up there?
a person from, that works there has said that to me, yes. It was quite a while ago, not
You
recently.
never said anything?
I see them I see people up there every Saturday, they never said a word to me.
Never heard that.
And I talk
But it's
about,
only because people have asked them the same thing. It's a vicious cycle going.
no, I talk,
every which way.
I spend a good half hour up there every Saturday talking about improvements on the landfill and
And
stuff
all
like
I
that.
hear is good stuff up there at this point, and I don't use it, so I don't know.
No, I go up, I mean, I spend
You
at
don't
least
use
an
it,
hour every
then?
weekend.
Neither do I, so.
I can't make Saturdays, so it doesn't work for me.
Can I, do you mind if I speak?
Go ahead.
Going forward, Robin has the capabilities for the input on the website, and Bob is going to come in and teach me. And we both will do it, I think, a lot faster than what it was being done in the past. Robin's very good about putting it on now as soon as she gets information. So all they have to do is send it to us and we
She
have the
wasn't
capabilities.
And that's where I'm
Right.
wondering if there's a short circuit between the
That's right.
recreation department and Robin, because Eric knows that he should be going to Robin.
That, it may be. That's what I brought it out to try to get some of this stuff because when I found out they had their own, which I didn't even know until that night, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
that doesn't help anybody. How do we know?
Yeah, and there's problems there too, because
What?
Deb Holmes was a volunteer with the rec department when I first was on the board, and at that time, she had done a website, and Marie said that we couldn't do it, and then to have it done again from someone that we just hired, who had been told that we can't have a website, and maybe it slipped her mind.
I don't think
Well,
she
you
was the
guys
one who
have-
created it, to tell you the truth.
Can make the directive, I mean, make,
I don't know.
Do
decide
you
what
want departments to have separate website, I guess was the question number one anyway?
No, I would
as
like,
far as-
but until we have a plan how
I understand. that.
we can have the websites working properly, and I'm speaking not from a user or a programmer's point of view, I can't see shutting them down until they can get up to speed where they would be on a town website. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
well, I
I
think
think-
what they need to do is send us the information, allow us to create their page and go from there.
That's all you think it is?
Without any information,
What?
we can't do it.
Alright, but that's,
Anyone who has a problem, just send it right to me, and I will make sure that either Robin or I put it on the
But
website.
that hasn't happened now, has it?
well,
It hasn't been, so. How about the police department?
every department.
Okay. 'Cause that was one of the questions. that
The
Bob
only,
had.
the only person I mean, and this is the tricky thing. If a elected official wants to do their own website and pay out of their own pocket,
Mm.
I don't think you can stop them.
But why would they?
But what I'm trying to say, if you go to any town, every website for every department is on that town's website. If you go to any town,
Alright, so there isn't any separation.
you go to Nashua, Merrimack,
Mhm.
Peterborough, Mass, Ashby, you go anywhere.
Alright.
Every department,
Alright, so you're gonna discuss this when you go Friday night with Eric Maxwell?
It's
E-Max?
11 o'clock Friday morning.
Friday morning?
That's
Okay.
what I just said, 11 o'clock.
I know you just said it, but.
It's Friday morning. It's at the field.
So you're not working?
I had to take the time off to do it. That's the time they could make it, so.
Alright.
so you can go there.
Who?
You.
Friday?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing Friday. Why would I go there? I can't get involved website, I don't know anything about it. I'll be
Well,
honest
no,
with
the
you.
rec department, we're having a meeting for a whole, not just website, and I will bring it up, but.
You have the
We're-
fishing derby this Saturday, right?
Yes,
Alright.
Who's running that?
I don't know.
Eric and Deb.
Okay. That's cleanup day too, you know that, right?
Nope,
You didn't know it?
nope.
Oh, Memorial Day on the 18th. Which cemetery do you want?
I'm not gonna be able to make it,
You're
I'm
not
out of
gonna be
town.
able to go?
I'll
Okay.
do Smithville.
You wanna do Smith Village?
Yeah.
Alright,
Why, do you want?
no,
You sure? You can, if you want to do
doesn't
it.
matter to me, I've done it so many times, I don't care.
You wanna do all three, and you'll do all three together.
I've done that before too, to be honest with you, but no, you can do Smith Village if you want. You're gonna
Alright.
be able to make it in the morning, you're gonna be there in the afternoon?
I'll be there in the morning.
You can't go in the afternoon,
I'm not sure.
then I'll do it in the afternoon,
Alright.
that's
Alright,
done. Don't worry about it. There's only, well, there's two places in the afternoon,
No.
but if you
but
want,
if I can go in the afternoon, I'll come and hang out with you.
you will?
Yeah.
You wanna do the Appleton?
I'll do Smith Village, and then I'll know what my schedule is after next
Yeah,
week.
okay, so, that's good, all right, so, I'll have to tell Ollie that you're gonna do Smithville,
Yeah.
I'll do, Central, and then the other one, one of us will do.
Yeah,
Okay.
or maybe both,
Hmm?
maybe both of us.
Well, if you wanna do that, go ahead.
Yeah.
I guess we could somehow, let's see,
Yeah.
how we gonna do that?
We'll have to put an advertisement in the paper that we're having a meeting.
Oh,
Alright, look,
anyway,
while
that's
we have,
Memorial Day,
while
so
we,
you can't be there, alright, so.
Man,
While
I
we-
already
while we
signed
have
up
everyone
something that
here.
day.
It's the
What?
19th,
I got a, I got a motion to
That's the
make.
What
problem.
did I say, the 18th?
yeah.
It is the 19th,
19th.
right?
I've
Yeah.
got a motion to make.
You got a motion?
Starting the week of May 28th will be a Tuesday, it's a meeting. After that meeting, I make a motion, we go to every other week. So we'll go to, every week to May 28th, and then it'll be every other week after that.
I'll second that motion.
Well, I guess the motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No.
That's true. While we're on meetings and stuff,
What?
I have
What
got
was
scheduled
you on?
double baseball games for the next 3 Tuesdays.
I'm gonna
I'm
be-
not gonna be here till 8
I'm not
o'clock.
gonna, I'm not gonna be here next Tuesday. I'm out of state, so.
You're not gonna be here when then?
Till 8 o'clock. If I can be here for
Next
7:30,
week?
next 3 Tuesdays, I've got
Why
double
is
booked.
I'm out of state. I'm in Pennsylvania.
What am I gonna do? I can't have a hearing by myself.
The problem is we have the hazard mitigation hearing next Tuesday.
I
which is
have
yes,
to
I
be
know
in
that.
Pennsylvania.
I know that, which has already been advertised,
Mm-hmm.
What time?
6:30.
Yeah, I mean, if we've got it advertised, I'll get someone to cover.
It's
I
to
cannot-
accept the
I'm in-
hazard
No,
mitigation
no,
plan.
no, Mike, it's not, I thought we had one Tuesday and now it's 2 and then now the schedule says next 3 and I'm like, I told you guys I couldn't do Tuesday nights and.
Well, that's when we have our meeting. You
I
wanna
know,
change- you wanna
no, I
change- you
told
wanna change
baseball
the
I couldn't do Tuesday nights
You
for.
wanna change the meeting night to another night? You can do that too.
If you want it for the next, yeah, but we already advertised for
It's
next
already
Tuesday, we
advertised.
No, I
can't
know
swap
that,
that,
but I'm
and it's
talking
only
about
for 3 Tuesdays.
If
and
there's
it's-
another night that's more comfortable for either of you,
No,
then change
Tuesday,
it.
Tuesday's fine for me. I
Monday
just,
night, I've done it every night of the week before.
I'm just
even-
away 1 week, George.
Even on a Saturday.
that's-
No, that's fine.
And
I will be here for
I-
6:30
I'm
next
gonna be
week, and the
away.
week after, I'm letting you guys just know.
Okay.
What I was saying was that you could do it on a Monday night if it was more comfortable, and then when finance committee gets in, then you can have your joint meetings with finance also,
But,
Remember those?
yeah,
if that's what you wanted to do.
I think it's a good idea.
Well, that'll work.
But there should be
But
no
they
reason
will-
they
they'll-
can't have it
they'll
on
to
Tuesday
come on
night.
Tuesdays.
Well, you've already have the motion that they have it on Tuesday,
Right.
you just have to
Yeah.
get to see them, so
Yeah.
I'll wait for that.
Motion for what?
We
There's
already
already been a motion made to have the finance committee meet on Tuesdays, so, but you haven't discussed it with them,
No,
so.
there's a new
We'll have
committee
to
too.
see what they
You
say in
know that,
August.
don't you?
Yeah.
If we have to accommodate them, we will come
I'm
next
the
fall,
one
we'll
that's
change
on
our
it,
meeting.
Right?
We'll all be on it,
I
Okay.
guess so.
So I'll be here at 6:30
So
next
that
week.
way-
Tuesday, yeah.
there's no miscommunication.
Yeah, but you got, Ronald, did you get reappointed?
Not as of yet,
Jean Cunningham isn't gonna do it anymore, right?
I don't know,
Wasn't she appointed by the planning board?
yes.
Yeah.
Who
I
did they,
know
who
that-
did you
I don't know if
appoint?
they appointed anyone yet,
Oh, they haven't?
not that I know
The other one was David Lade,
Yeah.
right?
of. Yeah, the town moderator appointed Ron and,
Who?
Dave Pack,
Parsons,
yeah.
but Dave Parsons didn't wanna do it anymore, did he?
I've heard he's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So we don't know yet, but anyway. If you wanna change your meeting nights for selectmen to another night, what night do you have your selectmen meeting?
Wednesday.
You have it on Wednesday, well, that's planning board anyway, so
Yeah.
we wouldn't wanna do that.
I wouldn't wanna change the meetings anyways.
Not for 3 weeks.
I wouldn't wanna change the meetings anyways.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
as long as you don't wanna change it, I just said that, I've done it every night.
Well, you're only going to every other, you're going to every
yeah,
other, right?
yeah, at the end of May, I'm actually got, for the rest of the month, I've only got 2 more meetings, so.
What?
For the rest of the month, I've only got 2 more meetings.
Alright, we won't get it.
11th and 25th.
Okay,
That'd be no.
anything else that you wanna bring up before we go to,
Non-public.
you're gonna make that as a motion?
Yep,
Do you know what it's for?
yep,
Which
I'll make a
one?
motion.
There's 2 things in there, aren't there?
There are.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were discussing one, so I didn't put
I
any
don't even have the
information.
right,
Here, where's the non-public folder?
no,
Can I
George took
take
it.
this one, George?
No, it's right here.
I took what? You got it right.
No, but I gotta sign.
I'll make a motion that we go to non-public.
Pursuant to RSA 91-3A. go into, what letter?
It would be A
We'll do A first,
well, you can do both, you can do
And-
both, and reputation.
and B.
Yeah.
Alright. You made that as a motion?
Yeah.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
No, it's a roll call
Yeah.
vote. Mr. Conlon?
Can I shut it down, we're not coming back?
Yes. Soon as we get done with this.
No.
Mr. Lawrence? Yes. Mr. Cargill?
Yes.
We're
Okay.
not gonna, we're gonna come back into public, just,
If there's any decisions that we make, we have to announce them
but,
publicly.
yeah, but either of those things,
No.
decision-making things?
Yes.
Alright.
Well, you have to adjourn in public anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, to make Ron stay here,
No.
Oh, don't do that.
you can go on.